What's going on, guys? It's Salvajee from the Salvajee cartel, and yeah, these are my thoughts on the Crucible and how it is completely broken. You know, Data Does Destiny, a very well-known Destiny YouTuber, he actually made a video on this, and honestly, I'm pretty glad that I'm not the only one who feels this way about the Crucible, and that's exactly why I haven't made a video on it before. I thought, well, I think it's pretty absurd how I think that exotic hand cannons like the Thorn is, you know, pretty overpowered in the Crucible. I don't want to make a video on it because I'm just going to get a lot of hate on it. And yeah, it's pretty much going to be pointless. But you know what? I really don't care, and I'm going to make the video on it. I'm going to be sharing with you guys my thoughts on the Crucible. So let's get started with exotic hand cannons. As you guys can see, I am using the last word. And yeah, that's pretty much what the Crucible is right now, especially the Iron Banner. Only last word, Thorn, and Hawkmoon. And you know, you do see Red Death from time to time. But the main reason that I'm trying to put here, I'm not really going to do a rant or anything. I'm just going to say exotic hand cannons, they need to be nerfed. Now, what do I mean by nerfed? They need to be made a little less overpowered. The reason why I say that is because I know that Bungie, you know, they said they were going to nerf auto rifles, and literally what they did is they just ruined auto rifles. And I don't want the same thing to happen with the exotic hand cannons, because let's face it, we all love the exotic hand cannons, how they look and how they handle. Alright, so a quick comment, real quick. Bungie has buffed scout rifles in the past, and obviously this is something that needs to stop. Now, it's not because I hate scout rifles. I have a series in the channel called Top of the Chain, and this series states how, you know, and this series, the point of the series is for me to share a lot of my Crucible setups with you guys so you guys can use it and have some fun. For example, the first episode was Universal Remote. So yeah, I'm not saying scout rifles are bad for PvP, but I'm saying scout rifles will never be dominant in PvP. Now, what do I say this, of course? The first of many reasons is that scout rifles are only good or effective in long range fights, and let's face it, most of the engagements in Destiny are medium to close range, which means that scout rifles prove unaffected. Also, the constant tapping to shoot also puts the player in a disadvantage, because sometimes you could miss a tap, and you know, that one extra bullet could have killed the enemy, which means that nobody wants to put themselves in a disadvantage. I mean, let's face it, if people wanted to put themselves in a disadvantage, there wouldn't really be a lot of Thorns and a lot of Hawkmoons and a lot of last words in the Crucible. So let's talk about shotguns, the infamous shotguns that everybody freaking hates. Everybody has a shotgun now with a small bore shot package, aggressive ballistics, and final round. Of course, small bore is a perk that increases the range of the shotgun. And yeah, these shotguns are, we all know them, the Party Crasher +1, the Matador 64, the Fell Winter's Lie. All of these shotguns are literally at the hands of the player right now, and that is what's literally ruining the Crucible, you know. Bungie just gave access to all of these overpowered weapons, and now the Crucible is just something that you can't really use the weapon that you want to use, because if you do use it, you put yourself at a disadvantage. Now, for the players that are saying, well, if you're good at the Crucible, you know, you're good with anything, right? Whether you use a shotgun or a scout rifle. And you know what? I totally agree with those people. You know, I reached rank 43 worldwide in Search and Destroy in Advanced Warfare. I am good when it comes to the Crucible. I am good when it comes to PvP. Now, here's the thing though, right? Even though I get 27 kills and a 4.5 KD with the Universal Remote, even though I get, you know, like 40 kills with the Bad Juju, even though I get 50 kills with, you know, the Kozlotov, the first weapon in the game, that doesn't mean other people get 40 kills with the weapon, which means that other people can't use weapons like the Midai Multitool or the Universal Remote, because they're just not as good as me, or, you know, not as good as other players in the Crucible to use these weapons and have fun with them. And it literally leads to obviously more frustration, you know. Wow, I'm gonna have to use the Thorn. Oh, look at this guy killing me with the Thorn. Look at this guy killing me with the shotgun. Now, of course, me and all the Destiny YouTubers, we're not really complaining on the game. No, we're criticizing it because we want Destiny to be the best that it could be. And honestly, I think Destiny, compared to previous Call of Duties and, you know, Battlefield and all this stuff, I think Destiny is the most balanced PvP game out there. You know, I agree with this. You know, whether you agree or disagree, you know, that's completely up to you. But I think that compared to other first-person shooter games, Destiny, when it comes to the Crucible, it's one of the most balanced games out there. But that doesn't mean that it's perfect. Let's talk about rocket launchers. Everybody has a rocket launcher with tripod and grenades and horseshoes. Whose idea was it to do this? I mean, I'm pretty sure that rockets with tripod and grenades on horseshoes are really overpowered, and to just give access to everybody that with rockets and with tripod and grenades on horseshoes literally just makes the Crucible a rocket fest. Everybody's using rockets now. Nobody is using machine guns. The reason for it is because if you use a machine gun, you're going to be at a disadvantage. For example, I use corrective measure when it comes to Iron Banner, and in the Iron Banner you do get to see more machine guns because of the machine gun bounty, but when it comes to regular Crucible, there is no machine guns anymore. Why? Because rockets with grenades and horseshoes limits the players that like you. Alright, so I'm 5 minutes into the video. Let me summarize what I have said so far. Obviously, the Crucible, it's very, very broken right now. They need to fix the exotic hand cannons. They need to buff the auto rifles, alright? Auto rifles need to be buffed again. Auto rifles are literally horrible. They're unplayable. And you know what? Just like Dado said on this video, Bungie really hasn't been kind of active, when it comes to all of this Crucible nerfing and all that stuff. And you know what? Where? Please, somebody tell me this. Where is the Necrochasm buff? The Necrochasm still sucks. I'm pretty sure every Destiny player that owns the Necrochasm has the Necrochasm in their vault. The reason for it is because the Necrochasm is the most horrible weapon in the entire game. It's on auto rifle, and auto rifles got nerfed, which makes it even more useless. The Necrochasm is literally a weapon that belongs in the vault, and it's literally hours and hours of my life wasted to get a weapon that sucks. Bungie really needs to fix the Necrochasm ASAP. I remember when sort of the Destiny Crucible was at its golden age, and yeah, everybody didn't have grenades and horseshoes. You would see more machine guns. I remember when not everybody had overpowered shotguns. You would see more shotgun techniques like shotgunning and then meleeing. I remember when we all used auto rifles. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding about that. Yeah, the auto rifles were pretty broken back in the day. The only primary weapon of choice was auto rifles. But mainly my vision for the Crucible in the future of Destiny is that we are able to use any type of weapon that we want, whether it's a pulse rifle, whether it's a hand cannon, whether it's an auto rifle, scout rifles if you're into it. Hey, why not? Fusion rifles, you don't see those anymore in the Crucible because everybody's running shotguns with grenades and horseshoes. I mean, shotguns with shot package and hammer forge or small bore. Machine guns. I want to see machine guns back in the Crucible. I remember when people would run Jolder's hammer, when people would run the corrective measure. All of these machine guns, you don't see them anymore. Why? Because everybody has tripod and grenades and horseshoes. I want the Crucible to sort of return to its golden age, and that's why I made this video. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to drop it a like, and make sure to subscribe. And make sure to let me know your thoughts in the Crucible down in the comment section below, guys. Peace out.